Minimal Audio just released Ripple Phaser, which does a lot more than a simple phaser. This is other of the plugins that was first introduced on Current, and now you can have it as a standalone to use it on anything you want. Now it's super important for me that you subscribe to the channel and give this video a like. And by the way, visit my webpage. That's actually the best way to show your support. Thank you so much. A phaser is built by different all-pass filters that will flip the phase of some frequencies and create notches. You can actually replicate that sound by using an EQ. Now, the thing with Ripple Phaser is that it offers those notches, but also many more features. When you see it for the first time, it will remind you some phaser filters like the one on Viral or on Pigments and whatnot. And it works pretty similar, but it has many more things to offer. If you like this plugin, or if you have other plugins in mind that you want to buy, please consider using my affiliate links that are in the description. Now let's forget about the modulation right now and let's focus on the middle. By disabling the modulation, we have only the notches, and with the center you can move them around. Now with this dot, it works more similar to a filter because you can change the frequency and also you can increase or decrease the feedback, which by the way is one of the most important features for these kind of sounds. Many modern electronic music uses those kind of filters to create that timbre. And I gotta say I love it. It's very unique, crispy and also very expressive. I don't know, I just like it a lot. Now, of course, the interesting thing is to add movement, and for that we have the modulation, but you can also use external modulators. For instance, here in Bitwig, I can use a macro, or the mod wheel, and even pressure. And it's one of my favorite things to do. Now, we are still in basic territory. We also can change the band that will move the notches up to the higher frequencies or to the low frequencies. On the other hand, we have the spread that will separate the notches even more. And by using the band and the spread at the same time, you will get many different sounds. Finally, the stereo will create a stereo offset depending on which side you're going. Now, what makes Ripple Phaser special is the amount of notches you can apply. You can go from 1 to 24, which is a lot for a phaser. And what's special about this, and also in other phasers, is that the amount of notches or poles is going to drastically change the sound even by small differences. So you can expect to have a very different sound on 24. This is even more noticeable when you use more feedback, because you're not only cutting frequencies, but you're also boosting them. So it's almost like having different amount of harmonics. Again, combine these with the bend, the center and the spread, and you will have many different options. Not only that, it has 7 different modes that will change the shape of the phaser. We got classic that will create the notches, inverted which will actually invert the signal. As you can see, the notches are now peaks and the peaks are now notches. On clean mode, the notches will be more pronounced when they are closer to the center. Then we have 3 types of filters that are your basic filters with phaser shapes. And the last mode is disperse, which, as you can see, it will preserve more of the original signal. It doesn't work as much with notches, but with peaks. Of course, you can use the dry-wet controls, but with this you can go straight to the point and also get a different kind of sound. As you can see, this is a very complete phaser, and calling it a phaser is an understatement. And I just want to remind you that we haven't even talked about the modulation, because of course a regular phaser is all about movement. Now you can use the offset so you don't have differences between left and right. You can change the shape of the modulation, it's basically an LFO, but you can also add randomization. What's even better is with this button right here, you unlink the randomization from each side, so it will be applied differently for the left and the right. Now, I know this video sounds more like an overview than a review, but I feel I have to talk about all of these features so you can get an idea of all the possibilities this offers. Now, of course, I knew about this plugin thanks to Current, and not only because they gave me early access with no strings attached. So I already knew it was a great phaser, and it's amazing that we have it as a standalone now. But of course, let me know your opinions down in the comment. I respond each one of the things that you have to say to me. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time, and bye bye.